Good afternoon and thanks for tuning in. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the last show of the day, the last trade. Today the ASX 200 closed up, gaining 16.20 points or 0.22% after setting a new 20-day low. The index has lost 2.09% for the last 5 days, but sits 4.94% below its 52-week high. Then on the sectoral front, 10 of 11 sectors ended higher. Telecommunication services was the best performer, gaining 1.87% and 0.48% for the past 5 days. But today, the biggest gainer on the ASX pack was Collins Food, which revealed its results for the half year. Its stock was up nearly 12%. Then Credit Corp Group followed suit, up nearly 9%. The company has entered into a binding agreement to acquire the assets of Radio Rentals Appliance, a leading business from the ASX-listed Thorn Group, for a total consideration of approximately $60 million. Other top performers of the day were Oracobra, Omni Bridgeway and Unity Group. Then on the flip side, the top laggards were Cochlear, and other stocks in the red include Perseus Mining, Regis Resources, PointsBet and Costa Group, all of which traded down by over 3%. Just today, Biome Australia was listed on the ASX and its value nearly halved on its first day of trading. The company had listed at 20 cents a share, but just before 3 p.m. had fallen 41.5%, just 11.7 cents a share. Biome had raised $8 million through its oversubscribed IPO, but that didn't translate to a strong debut performance. Meanwhile, Collins Food revealed its results for the half year ending the 17th of September. A return to growth in the European operations had helped the company achieve high single-digit revenue growth of 8.5% to $534.2 million. And KFC Europe was the standout performer. Collins Food also declared a fully franked interim dividend of 12 cents a share. Next up, shares of the embattled tech stock Nuix dropped over 12% today after Rod Vorey delivered an update to investors, including the news that the underlying earnings for the past 4 months, ending in October, is down around 27% thanks to a rising legal and investment cost. But new customer revenue is currently tracking at around 40% lower than the same time next year. And moving on, shares of lithium producer Oracobra jumped as much as 9.3% today to a record high of 10.35 after the $6 billion group gave a trending update ahead of their annual meeting today. Oracobra, which is about to merge with Galaxy to create a global giant, said its Mount Catalin mine produced record spodumene concentrate for the June and September quarters. Then car parts maker GUD Holdings announced that it'll pay $745 million in cash and scrip buying Auto Pacific Group from a private equity group, in a sign that merger and acquisition activity was still going. For GUD Holdings, strong revenue momentum has continued into October, and it still expects its full-year earnings of between $112 million and $116 million. Well, it's time now for a short break.
Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on the Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV.
Welcome back to the last trade. Now that we know the stance back home, let's check out the Asian and global market performance. Today, Indian shares rose marginally ahead of growth data that is expected to show the country's economic recovery strengthened in the second quarter, buoyed by a pickup in consumer spending. Other Asian markets were trading in the positive territory as investors became cautiously optimistic that the new Omicron variant may not cause a widespread global economic disruption to worsen the coronavirus pandemic. Tokyo, Shanghai, Wellington, Taipei and Jakarta were all up. And a brighter lead from Wall Street was witnessed overnight, which reacted to news from the US President Biden that new lockdowns as a result of the variant were off the table for now. And Australia has reported another record current account surplus in the September quarter. The surplus is seasonally adjusted terms increased $1 billion to a record $23.9 billion in the September quarter. On top of that, the seasonally adjusted number of dwellings approved fell 12.9% in October, following a 3.9% fall in September, but still remained above pre-pandemic levels. Then on the crypto front, the global crypto market cap surged 1% over the last few hours to stand at $2.61 trillion. Bitcoin, currently trading at 57,424 US, saw a fall in its market dominance by about 0.63% over the last day to stand at 41.57%. Then in other news, Singapore-based virtual currency exchange Coinstore has begun operations in India at a time when the government is preparing legislation to effectively bar the most private of cryptocurrencies. Well, that is a wrap for now, but stay tuned for more updates later in the week. Hope you found the market closing commentary informative. This is Holly Shields signing off.